Welcome back to OpenLine. We are tackling the topic of homelessness tonight. A lot of great work going on in this city to tackle that problem and to find the way forward. One thing we were talking about with our last caller, Lucy, she brought up a great point of the working homeless. It is something that you all see quite often. It is a reality. And tell me about this grant and what you're finding with the people that you're trying to place into housing and get on their road to success. So,
25% of the individuals that we're currently serving through our CTI case management that I was speaking of earlier, 25% of them are currently doing part-time employment, while 75% are either not quite ready or haven't found the opportunity. You know, there's a large part of what takes place with CTI case management is preparing people, increasing their confidence to even go and pursue. You know, so many of these individuals that we're working with have spent a good portion of their life being ignored.
Wow.
And so to go into an environment where they have to be heard and understood and have the confidence to find a job, to be able to secure the housing, maintain the housing, that can be a huge step that we can work with people towards. But that's why I think that 25% isn't higher yet. Some of it's confidence, some of it's opportunity and readiness. And so we do a lot of kind of preparing folks for those opportunities.
And that springboards right into Brett's story, one of homelessness to working through that, learning a skill and a talent, and then using that talent to help others reach out of homelessness. Tell us about the Cookery. Can you boil your story down? We spent a whole hour on it last night, which was wonderful, but can you boil it down and kind of just give me the Cliff Notes version of what you've been through?
I arrived in Nashville in 2002, in the later part of March, and it was a God thing, and I came on a God adventure and found myself homeless, and I thought, what is this kind of adventure all about? And it was an adventure of conversion of the heart towards the poor, from pity to compassion, which was an ocean's travel. And finding that compassion for the poor, being where they were and smelling like they smelled, and forgive me, and eating where they were, and yeah, there was this big transformation of the heart. And when Flemings came at the mission where I was just giving back and trying to help out, and they offered me a job, I just rose up through the ranks. And now we have the Cookery 8 years after being at Flemings for that time on West End. It's to take the culinary experience and the skills that I've been taught and impart them for those willing. But more necessarily to be looking into the lives of these folks. And Tracy said it so well for me when they were speaking about it's not just a project. We just don't take them on, fulfill the government requirements and then hand them off. People have to get to a point of quality of life. In fact, even just working at a job, but we really strive hard at the Cookery to work on identity and quality of life and the point and the purpose of it. We had one gentleman that had came into our disciple house at one point, and he was an insurance agent who had earned as much as $27,000 in 1 week, and he was driving around looking for a car accident to involve himself in, because it just wasn't the meaning of happiness. So for a lot of these folks that that end up even in a state of chronic homelessness, the point of working is pointless. It hasn't been presented in a way that is a quality of life.
Right.
So the art of culinary and feeling like they can express themselves, it can springboard into other things, but the art of quality of life is seeing who they are. And what they can affect in other people's lives. It goes far beyond how much you earn and how much you can give. I remember reading something about Eleanor Roosevelt, and we're talking about the quality of life, where you're here in Nashville, this huge influx of people, and all, was it Lucy?
Yes.
That was talking about the annual income coming up and up and up and up, but we're on our end seeing this mass migration out to these other areas. 12th Avenue itself has just been, I think I heard the word gentrified, I don't know if that's correct, but it's just crazy how much the real estate has gone up in that area. Where did these people go?
Right.
And so the quality of life for a lot of these folks is going up, but I hear an economic warfare going on, because as much as that's happening, on the other end there is an inflow of tax dollars to take care of those who can't take care of themselves, or find themselves in a mental illness situation, or a lack of ability to sustain themselves. So you've got this imbalance, and it's really, really important. As I stated at the beginning, I read something about Eleanor Roosevelt, and forgive me if I poorly quoted, but she said that the pulse of morality of society will be judged on the canvas of how they treat the poor. And I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Because for me, a lot of what I see in Nashville, the genuine hearts of the people that aren't connected, is because they don't understand. Not necessarily because they're impersonal, cold, or not affected. You cannot pass a person on the street and not be affected.
Right.
Not affected. Even if you look away out of fear or hurt, or a sense of not being empowered.
Right. You're still affected. Yeah, exactly. And I want folks to see what you're doing. And Tawanda Coleman was blessed enough to be able to come visit your restaurant, and we're going to show folks that right now. Take a look.
Working at the Cookery, like every day I feel like is a new life lesson.
The lessons culinary arts trainee Jordan Miles has spent the past 3 months learning at this South Nashville restaurant cannot be measured. There's really no way to put a number on an invaluable experience and opportunity, especially when it's doing something you love.
Not only do I love cooking, but it's just I love learning every day, learning something new. I think that's pretty special to have when you're at a workplace.
Just being able to work, period, is something all the cooks here feel grateful for. And they're thankful for the organization that's given them a place to live, work, and learn a new skill.
The Cookery is a division of Lambscroft Ministries, where we offer some delicious, unique dishes, skillfully prepared by a kitchen crew full of formerly homeless men. A lot of people have an impression of homelessness that's stereotyped, and when they come in here, they see the food is radiant and the lives of the men are radiant because they're filled with hope.
Ray Arnett says his life of homelessness was so bad, he dreaded the sunrise. Now, he says he's thankful to Brett and the Cookery for changing his life and giving him hope.
Without the Cookery, I would be dead. I would be dead. When I found this place, I found life.
At the end of the 7-month program, the organization hopes that the trainees will have grown spiritually, emotionally, and are able to enter the workforce and the food industry with a new skill and a newfound outlook on life.
We would love to see more lives changed, and that's really what it's about, is seeing people come alive again. That's my job. I have one of the greatest jobs.
And now, so do these men. Tawanda Coleman, News Channel 5.
That's great. Yeah.
What wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work. That's just empowering to see. And what, you are changing lives. How many guys have graduated from this program so far?
11. We've had 21 go through, 11 of them, and there's been quite a few of them who've wanted to stay on and be part of the continuing story and reaching into other men's lives from that place, and they've come on staff. So.
And you're getting ready, as we mentioned earlier, to celebrate your 2nd anniversary.
Yes.
Give us the details again of what's going to be happening.
November 7th, Saturday, at the Cookery. You can check it out at thecookery.org. And it's from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. You get to eat some wonderful food and meet some of these guys that you just saw, and hear some incredible stories of restoration and life resuscitation. It really is amazing that hope can breathe life into you.
Brett, when you were homeless, what were the obstacles that what were the biggest obstacles that you faced in your journey to not be homeless anymore?
Oh, well, my faith is it cannot be separated from my life at all, or my walk. It is not a statement of religiosity. It is life to me. So it kept me strong. But I would say the hardest thing going through homelessness to battle is the sense of hopelessness. It's a sense of you cannot find a door. There's almost like this shroud. You walk into a store and you have this immediate thought after that of, what am I doing here? Or you watch people every day going to meetings with loved ones or business meetings, and you're going, I'm in a glass bowl. I'm not even seeing where's life for me, and that was the hardest thing to constantly battle against. That this is something that is not meant to be permanent, for whatever reason the people going through, and the truth of that term, institutionalized thinking, it happened very quickly.
Really?
It happened for me within about 2 weeks of thinking that this was it. This is how life is going to be, and it can happen for a lot of these guys. Obviously, they can get numb to it for years and years and years. So it sometimes does take a lot longer than the 9 to 12 months for someone to be healed of a system of thinking that is the norm, that is the go-to. Yeah.
What were the most powerful, meaningful, and life-changing things that people did during your homelessness to change your course?
Acts of compassion. Acts of compassion, and seeing that there really is light in the world, and that light can give you strength. Every day I needed something that was light-filled. Words like safe. We have no idea how golden they are until you need and have experienced the opposite of. Corrie ten Boom said, God's light shines brightest in the darkness. And so this is true with words like safe and home and opportunity. These are very, very important words, and when you find someone actually offering them in a genuine sense and truly wanting to help you out of that situation, not only does it breathe life into you, but it enables you to have breath to give to others.
I feel blessed to just be sitting amongst you four today, who I think that are lights in this city and are bringing life and encouragement and finding the way around obstacles for so many people. We're going to be back with more Open Line. We have a few calls to take, so stay where you are, callers. We're going to get to you next. Stay with us.